What's going on, guys? So, this has been a wild Saturday night out in the shop. I just finally decided to tackle this build. I've been sitting there staring at it for a couple of weeks. Got the chassis all done. Still needs a little bit of work. So, what started this build were these tires and wheels. Shout out to Cami on Instagram. Sent me these wheels and this engine from one of those fancy 1/10 scale Jeep models that you can buy and put together slowly over time because they're kind of expensive. And yeah, we've got metal wheels, hard rubber military tires, and a mostly metal flat 4, which, you know, out of a Jeep, but it'll look the part in a ratrod. So again, thanks to her for sending that out. Got some pretty cool stuff. I got like these headlights and just a whole little box of goodies that she wasn't using on her build. And yeah, much appreciated. So got simple chassis. We're going to do the underslung rear, so the rails are down low. I've got a really simple fix for the rear shocks. I'm going to put the spring in between the shaft and the housing, so fully compressed will be that way, and then it will extend up. I haven't worked out the angles and everything yet. Pretty tired. This was probably about 4 or 5 hours of straight working on this, so it's actually the next day. I'm just trying to get ready to go to work, but need to wrap this video up. Things to look at still. So I've got the motor mounted here in the front on the actual motor mount plates that it has. One problem with that is it's offset. 2 is it's loose on the motor, so I need to check and see if I can tighten that up any. Fits the chassis, fits with the body perfectly. I still haven't figured out how to mount the body yet. This is the Awesome Designs ratrod cab that I got from Glenn, and I bought his gasser chassis. He had this body on it, and a lot of the body work's already done, so it'll save us a little time. I was going to use his wooden bed. He made this bed, see back there, and it fit well with the body, and it fit with the mock-up. But now that we actually have the rear suspension here, it will not work. There's just no way to get it all in there. I cut it and tried to make it fit, and it just wasn't jiving right. So I sacrificed another vintage Tonka truck bed, like we did on the old number 2. And everything's working alright. I need to shorten it though. The proportions are off a little bit. So what I'm going to do, starting in the next video, is we're going to drill new holes here to mount, and we're probably going to cut 1/2 inch off of it, open up the wheel arch a little bit more, and go from there. I haven't figured out any of the rear cross members or anything yet. Just kind of following the build. The Awesome Designs grill, like I said, it's got this awesome military lights here on it. That was the original prototype that I got from Jason when we first designed that thing. And I used it for mock-up on a couple rat rods, and part of it was missing. So I ended up cutting the other half of the bottom off, and it actually fits this build perfect. It'll set just above the front axle as opposed to in front of or behind it. And it sets exactly level with the cowl and the body in that position, and allows for suspension travel. So I've already thought about the rear suspension. It's going to be some kind of inverted shock setup. Simple. The front, not going to be so simple because again, we got to hide steering, and I've got to make a mount for the grill, and that may as well incorporate shocks. And I really want to finally use these Jalan 2 mini shocks. Got these. I bought a bunch of them a long time ago because they're perfect for the rat rod size. They're very true to scale, but they have a smaller, I think it's a 2mm 2.5 bolt that it uses. And typically all the ways I mount my shocks, I never have any way to work that in. So we're going to try it this time. We've got to figure out the upper mount first and start looking at where we can attach to the front axle, things of that nature. And but yeah, I do want to use those up front. I'm not sure if they'll be stiff enough. They might work. We'll just have to see. But I'm going to wrap this one up here. I appreciate you guys watching, and stay tuned for part 2 of this build. And Again, thanks to everyone that has bought some merchandise and my 3 Patreons helping keep the channel going. Much appreciated, guys. So keep it scale. I'll see you all next time.